Start. I came here quickly because I saw that your papers are quite full. They are not meant to just remain full. Those questions need to open up. बोलिए, जो लिखा है उसको बोलिए.
Sir, how we can differentiate between individuality and choice?
Sit. How can we differentiate between individuality and choice? Usually, we say that our choices are an expression of our individuality. We want to choose. We say that the freedom of choice, the right to choose, is a very important part of my freedom. That's what we say, right? If today the right to choose, the freedom to make decisions is taken away from you, you will not feel good. You will say this is authoritarian. You will say this is dictatorship. I am mature, I am an adult, and I need to make my own choices. You will call it your free will, right? So we have taken it for granted that our choices are an expression of our individuality. Let's examine this. Let's examine what? The choices, the whole process of choices. Where do choices come from? Are they an expression of individuality, or is it something else that's happening? Why are choices different in different people? Let's say lots of books are kept here. Hundreds of books. And you have to choose. Surely there would be very diverse choices, right? Same with clothes, food, any aspect of life. I'm asking you, why are choices different at all? Why do different people choose differently?
Because everyone has a different set of minds and different choice of, you can say, different choice of our environment in which we live.
Good. Sit. Our friend says it's because there are different minds and they have come up from different environments. Yeah? Do we see this? So, where do we reach? Choice comes from mind, and mind is a product of? So, choice is coming from? Now, did you decide your environment?
No.
Did you decide the family in which you will be born? Did you decide your country? Did you decide the year of birth? Yeah? But all your choices are coming from the environment. Now, don't just accept it. Look at the factualness of it. Is that really happening? Yes. Find it out for yourself. Is that really happening? That our choices are a result of our environment. And that is the reason why choices are so radically different. One person in one part of the world chooses one thing, another one in another part of the world chooses something else. The Brazilian loves football, the Indian loves cricket. Yeah? The Jain likes vegetarian food. The Muslim or the Christian loves his butter chicken. The North Indian has one kind of taste buds. The South Indian loves something totally different. But if you ask them, they will say, my choices are coming from my individuality. Now you tell me, are the choices coming from individuality or are they coming from environment? But we attach great importance to choices. We had begun by saying that if somebody says that your choices are all bogus, we will not feel good. Is that not so? We say, I'll choose my representatives, I'll choose my dress, I'll choose my profession, I'll choose my girlfriend. I'll choose everything that happens in life. And the more are the choices available to me, the more free I am. That's what we say, right? It's turning out to be quite strange. We are saying on one hand that my choices are an indication of my freedom. On the other hand, we are seeing that choices are all coming from the environment. Then how can there be freedom in choices? How can there be freedom in choices? That's the game. When you are making a choice, it appears to you, mind you, the word appear. It appears to you, it is an illusion that I am making a free choice. That's why we all like making choices, because choices give us the illusion of power. We feel that we are in control of our lives. While making a choice, it appears to us that my life is moving according to my will, right? That's why we love choices. Don't we love choices? Because choices give us a feeling of being something. The ego likes it. Right? I have power. But it is only a feeling. It is only an illusion. In fact, we do not choose anything. The conditioning operates by itself like a machine, so there is no choice really. Yeah? Let's say there is a computer program. It's been programmed to return a smiley when a positive value is entered. It says input n. You have to input some value. It's been programmed to return a smiling face when a positive value is entered, and it's been programmed to return a weeping face when a negative value is entered. So you enter 5. What do you get? Show what you will get. Show me that face. 5. What do we get? -2. Quickly. What do we get? 4. -10. Not only weeping, he is crying aloud. -10. But what is the program thinking? That I am making a choice. You see, when -10 came, I felt like weeping. Did the program feel like weeping, or has it already been told to weep? That when you get a negative thing, now let me ask you, something positive happens to you, what do you do? Something negative happens to you, what do you do? Do you have a choice? We never have a choice, because a conditioned machine never has a choice. It will only do what its master has instructed it to do. It will only do what its master has instructed it to you do. And who is our master? The environment. Who is our master? The environment. If the environment has told us that good boys behave in such and such way, we behave in that way. Nice girls act in these manners, and they'll act in that manner. To be a good son is to do this, this and this. And you want to do all that, and when you cannot do that, you feel guilty. A good life is this, this and this. So you choose this, this and this. The environment has already told all this to you. The environment has told you, when 1st January comes, make a New Year resolution. So you'll make a New Year resolution. The environment has also told you that when 5th of January comes, forget the resolution. You'll forget the resolution. The environment has told you 14th of February comes, roam here and there. You'll do that. And you will feel very, very mushy on that day. Right? You have been told already. Now I'm asking you, you will see lots of people around who would be dealing in love very soon. When do we have that day? Tomorrow. So we'll have a lot of dealings in love tomorrow. The prices of roses will go up by 50 times. Won't they? Now, if 1,000 people are dealing in love on the 14th of February, would they still have dealt in love on 14th of February had they not been told that 14th of February is special? Would they still have done all that? So is it love or is it environment? Is it love or is it environment? See how deeply our environment controls us, even in the most intimate matters of our life. But we say it's our choice. So one thing is certain. Choices are environment driven. You said choices and individuality. We do not know about individuality, but one thing is certain. Choices are hardly mine. And it's a great sense of relief to see that my choices are actually not my choices. When you hear this, you feel a little bad. But when you actually come to the fact of this, you will feel a relief. That now I see that all these choices are anyway not mine. Engineering is in the environment. So I entered engineering. Love is in the air. So I also became lovey-dovey. Relief. I cannot take myself seriously then. All this is just the effect of environment. There is something in the sky which is affecting me and which is affecting everybody. What then is individuality? If choices do not come from individuality, what comes from individuality? What does the environment do to your mind? What does the environment do to your mind? A child is born more or less like a clean slate. Clean slate. A little bit of conditioning is already there, but let's ignore it for the while. The child's mind is quite innocent. And then layers and layers of influences keep settling upon the mind. Where do the influences come from? Environment. So one layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, and all this keeps happening, right? All these layers taken together become your personality. There is the basis of the clean, pure mind that the child is born with. Pure like a crystal, untouched, uncorrupted. And upon that are layers and layers of dust. Of course, the dust is worthless, but the environment is giving all this dust to you. The crystal, the mind, the pure, that is valuable. And that is there with the child, even at the time of birth. Individuality is to regain that innocent mind. Individuality is to be able to clean the mind to such an extent that the crystal shines again. Pure. No dust, no stains. That is individuality. A very, very innocent mind. Getting it? That is the individual. Lots of actions take place in individuality. But those actions are not driven by the environment. They are driven by the crystal itself, by the cleanliness of mind, by the pure understanding of that mind. When you act from there, then you deserve to be called an individual. When you do not act from there, then you are just a slave of influences and environment, and then you are not an individual. Now it's good news. Because individuality is not something that you have to get from somewhere. That pure crystal, the shining diamond, is already available to you. It's been given to you. It's always yours. So you don't have to get it from somewhere. You only have to clean it a little. And that's all. Simple. Just clean it. Too much rubbish has accumulated. Wipe it off. All right. Tell me then, what are the sources from where the rubbish comes? Because unless we know the sources, how will we clear the rubbish? I require a few of you to just speak in one word each. From where does the rubbish come? One by one? Yes? Quickly. Friends.
Environments and surroundings, relatives.
Relatives and?
Family.
And?
Society.
And? Fast. If you do not recognize it, how will you guard against it? Yes? Teacher. Somebody said media. That's very important. Yes. And?
Films.
Good. And? And? Keep speaking. It comes from 100 different sources. And? Literature. Wonderful. The books that you read. And? Yes. And? Yes. The net. All kinds of mediums. And?
Desires of one person.
Good. All the objects that you see that appear so attractive. Yes.
Social networking sites.
Good. So it's coming from everywhere. Everywhere. Listen, a fundamental law. The more pure something is, the easier it is to stain it. If there is a wall that is already dirty and full of stains, it will be very difficult for you to put another stain on that, because there are already so many stains. If you have a very nice washed face, then if I put some dirt on your face, it is very clear that your face has been spoiled. But Holi is coming, and your face already has colors and paint and a little bit of cow dung also. And then if I put a little bit of soil on your face, nothing has happened. The more pure something is, the easier it is to corrupt it. Your inner crystal is so pure that it can be very easily corrupted. But the story doesn't end here. It is so pure that in spite of all the corruption, it will never lose its fundamental quality. So that's good news. It can be corrupted easily, yes. Conditioning happens all the time. Influences are there all the time. Environment is acting upon you all the time. So you are continuously gathering dust. There is no doubt about it. But that dust cannot really harm you. It can be cleaned anytime. And when it will be cleaned, you will find that the crystal is shining as brightly as ever. Nothing has changed. That crystal is you. That is what is called individuality. Is that becoming clear? So we talked of two things. One, choices, and we said, see, choices come from environment. They come from all the influences that you have had. So choices are not really an expression of individuality. And then we said that individuality is something very simple, already available to you. Just clear the dirt and individuality is there. Right? All right.